Crypto Hotep here with another trading video. This is another video on the markets and just the kind of the economic events that are going on within the week here. We have a short week because of Martin Luther King Day today, but basically, these videos are to go over what's going on in the market, what the events to look at that will affect the markets in this week and what to stay ahead of, and then also to look at our crypto spot altcoin portfolio, see how that's doing, and to showcase, showcase the trading strategy that I use, and to also point out, the biggest thing in this crypto and in this trading game as a whole is to survive and thrive. And that means, not doing crazy leverage plays, doing very smart spot altcoin buys, and just being very liquid in the markets. And you'll outlast everybody if you do those things. Many a times people rush into like futures contracts and perpetual futures and just heavy leveraging, and they get wrecked. Right, all these, when you see my altcoin portfolio, all those are spot altcoin buys, because you can generate a decent enough return just by buying and sharing spot altcoins. It may take longer, but for us and for my trading strategy, which also is in the channel, it's under a playlist called Trading Process or Trading Strategy. You'll see that. But my trading strategy is more kind of steady returns over time and just continuously being in the market, but not overdoing it. So let me get off my soapbox. We didn't even get into the whole video yet. But guys, I appreciate everybody who constantly supports the channel, supports these videos, have been around since day one. Appreciate you guys. And as always, none of this is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence with researching crypto, coins, all of those things. But as always, I got to give a shout out before we jump into Coinbase. I've been using them now for over 6 years, and I wouldn't trust my altcoins with anybody else. The altcoin portfolio that you will see, these are all spot buys from Coinbase. We use Coinbase Advanced because it's less fees. And if you don't have a Coinbase account, feel free to use the link in that description. And even if you do, I think you can still use the link to connect your account. And then that way, when you trade off of Coinbase, I'll get a portion of those fees as well. Okay. But let's jump right in here, guys. So in terms of the economic events that we have for this short week, it could be potentially a very quiet week. Could be. We don't know what's going to happen. But there's a lot of things going on that you don't see on this calendar, like with Trump and this whole EU trade, this trade situation that's going on. That's not on this calendar, but something to keep in mind of and to know of. So, the tariffs have played a big part with a lot of countries. EU, I guess, has some sort of feelings towards the Trump tariffs, and they have yet to unleash, quote unquote, what they're going to be doing in relation to Trump's tariffs or in retaliation of. So we will see some fireworks though tomorrow and Tuesday for sure. Stock market will be volatile, crypto will be volatile, everything will be volatile tomorrow. But that's probably what's going to take up the spotlight on Tuesday and Wednesday, because there's not a lot of stuff going on here. Thursday is where the spotlight will switch to these economic events, which is the GDP growth rate. This is going to be huge because this is what measures America's economy. How much is it growing by, right? So there was a surprise. We'll click into this. There was a surprise in December when we spoke about the Q3, right? So Q3 for the GDP, the actual was 4.3. The consensus or the forecast was 3.3. In September, right, the consensus was 3.3 or the forecast. and then the actual is 3.8. And so now, fast forward, the consensus or the forecast for GDP growth is 4.3%. What will the actual be? I think the actual, what I'm hoping is the actual is actually greater as well. We could see maybe 4.5%, but I don't think it's going to be a huge uptick. But we potentially could see maybe 4.5 or a little bit greater than 4.3% uptick in GDP growth for the reading for tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. So that's going to kick off, or not tomorrow, but Thursday. That'll kick it off in the morning. And then we also have initial jobless claims. So you have two very volatile things going on. You have GDP growth rate, and then you have those initial jobless claims. And the forecast is 212 jobless claims. Again, for it to be bullish, we want that number below 212. So if it's at 200, that's great. Even if it's at 210, that's great too. Okay. We have personal spending metrics that come out. These I really don't follow, so I don't have anything to say on these necessarily. GDP growth is what I typically follow. I like to see that. I would like to see this increase. I don't want to see a decrease in this. That could be very bearish for everything, and that could be not very good. Friday, we have Michigan consumer sentiment per usual, and honestly, that's about it from my perspective. Again, I may get some people in the comments kind of talking about, oh, you didn't cover this, cover that. I'm focusing on what my eyes look to first and foremost. Okay. Let's go to coin market cap, as we always do. Let's bring up coin market cap, I should say, and let's go to our market overview. So our fear and greed index for the crypto market is still at neutral. It was at neutral last year or last week too, and you can see here. Remember, we spoke about back in November 2025, we hit extreme fear. We hit levels that we have never seen before since this fear and greed index came out. We have since bounced up very nicely, and we're sitting at this neutral area here. What we want to do is we want to get into extreme greed. That's when we would be looking to sell off most of our altcoin positions that we do have, but we're nowhere near that as of yet. Okay, so again, we would like to see the extreme greed or get very close to that extreme greed. As of right now, price is kind of somewhat in limbo. Okay. If we go to the altcoin season index for coin market cap, the altcoin season is still pushing towards Bitcoin season. It is not pushing towards altcoin season as of yet. So nothing really to see here. It's been the same thing for several weeks into a couple months now. It's been the same thing that we've seen. Okay. Bitcoin dominance is below 60. Another week below 60. We want to see below 60. That is, again, bullish for altcoins, even though we have yet to see that trajectory that altcoins in the past have produced. We still like to see the percentage below 60% on Bitcoin dominance. So it gives us some sort of hopium. So we still have that to hang on to. Okay. Let's go to our Bitcoin, not the Bitcoin treasuries, but crypto ETFs. All right. So let's go to our crypto ETFs. So our ETFs saw us with I think that's a little odd. Saw us with it says zero net flow, and that's because of today. But on the 15th, we saw a negative outflow of a negative 394 million out of Bitcoin ETFs. So that's money coming out. Something you don't want to see. We did see 4.7 million of inflows on January 15th of Ethereum ETFs. Very, very interesting, because remember, on the 14th of last week, we saw over 100 million of BTC inflows for ETFs, but we saw 164 million of Ethereum inflows going in. So I think you're seeing a lot of institutions kind of pivoting. Could be a slow pivot, but pivot toward or putting money towards Ethereum, I should say, on the ETF side. Okay. And then let's go to our charts here. Let's go to our charts. So our first chart that we're going to be looking at is the good old mighty dollar. Okay. So the mighty dollar here, we did see bullish reaction to the 97 point here. So we see 1, 2, 3 candles here. That makes sense. We have a support point and the demand zone right here that has been tested 1 and 2 times right here. So the third time it looks like we have a push up to the upside. We don't want to see that, unfortunately. What I would like to see is, I don't want to see any push up here. I don't even want the dollar to interact with this 50 moving average, 50-week moving average right here. I would like to see price somewhat say stagnant here for the dollar and then come back down. That's what we would like to see. As you can see here on the slow stochastic, you are meeting the 50 RSI as well. So we could see a breakdown because what happened was we see some price action on the slow stochastic, push down past the midway point, the 50, and then push back up towards the 50 as a retest, and then we can see a rejection back down. So we'll see if that is the case here, but that's what we want to see, or that's what I'm looking for towards the market. But again, do we know what's going to happen in the future? We don't. So we'll see. Let's go to USDT. Let's go to our stable coin. So USDT it's not looking bad if you are a bull. If you're an altcoin bull or Bitcoin bull, it doesn't look bad. Why doesn't it look bad? Well, because price for USDT, or I should say dominance for USDT, has broke below a key weekly level. So it's successfully broke below it, and as of right now, this is your current weekly candle, it's sitting below that resistance point, which is at 6.12. We don't want this to come back up and reclaim this area. We don't want that. We want it to come, it can retest this all it wants, but we want it to continuously collapse down here. Okay. So as of right now, it still looks okay in my book. USDC dominance, as of right now, it looks okay. This is a strong rejection right here. Strong rejection from your supply/resistance point right here. And you can see we have 1, 2, 3 candles. 3 candles of bearish price action. That's what we'd like to see. Now, it looks like some slowing has occurred on USDC dominance. So we may see a little bit of choppiness here. And then I would like to see just a breakdown. So somewhat like a drop, base, drop. Something like that. That's what I would like to see here. As you can see, Bitcoin dominance was high up. It was past the 80 on the slow stochastic, and it has broken down away from that. So we want to see the decline continue. Let's go to ETH BTC. ETH BTC currently, ETH BTC still looks good in my. We've broken the falling wedge here, as you can see right here, and now Bitcoin dominance is sitting above your 50-week moving average right here. There's nothing else. It's just been chopping along for the past, I would say, 4 weeks or so. So there's nothing else that we can do now. Okay, but as of right now, it looks good. All right, let's go to our Bitcoin dominance chart. Our Bitcoin dominance chart shows that 60% mark is still holding. It's been holding since October 2025 right here. This is when it started being rejected by that 60% mark here. You can see this big candle, this long wick, which is a rejection wick right here. And you can see that since that rejection, Bitcoin dominance has not cleared successfully 60%. Has it wicked through it? Yep, it wicked through it right in November, but it quickly got rejected, and it's trading below that now. So Bitcoin dominance is still steadily below 60%. That's what we want to see. Let's go to our total 3 chart. Our total 3 chart is for altcoin market, and honestly, it still looks good. Now, I know this week is a red week. My candles are in black for red, right? But this is a red week. That's fine. That's going to happen. in actuality, it's really just retesting the support and demand zone right here. That's all it's doing. We are below 600 billion though for our total market cap for altcoins. Usually I want to see the total 3 market cap 600 and above. That's very bullish for us. But as of right now, we're at 575. So there is a retest. We haven't collapsed below this area yet. What I would like to see is this V-shaped recovery right here. So you see the downtrend and then quickly taken up by the uptrend. I really don't want to see a lot of chop and a lot of this nonsense here. I want to see a quick move up. That's what I would like to see. Slow stochastic looks good. We've cleared below 20 area here, as you can see. Let me just bring this down here. There. So you can see this below the 20 here, and then prices came above that 20 for the total 3 for the altcoin market here. And so again, I would like to see a quick V-shaped recovery. Does that mean we're going to get it? No. But if you have altcoin bags right now, you're still in a good spot, according to me. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen. I just trade the charts based on what I see and what's in front of me. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks good. Bitcoin looks really good. If we look at Bitcoin, remember I spoke about last week and the week before that, the Fib golden zone between the areas of 50% and 61.8. We haven't rejected that. Price is steadily in this zone. Now, has it reclaimed it and start trading above it? It hasn't done that yet, unfortunately. But it also hasn't rejected it and trades below it. It hasn't done that either. So it's still in that Fib golden zone. So that's still going to give us some hope here. So we'll see. This is the 50-week moving average, that purple line here. So we got rejected last week by the 50-week moving average, but we're still in this zone. Hopefully we can reclaim and go up. But as of right now, there's nothing in this chart that tells me anything bearish as of right now. Okay. ETH looks okay. Again, it hasn't got into this Fib golden zone. It's kind of like playing around. It's still playing around in it. But I will say this. This is what gives me a little bit more hope with Ethereum is this. So if we look at Ethereum has developed a weekly demand level at 2,800. It didn't have this before. It didn't have this last week because we were waiting on the close of this candle. Now that the close of this candle is green, we can successfully say that 2,800 is a weekly demand level. Why? Well, because we have a bearish candle followed by 1, 2, 3 candles right here at this level. So right here at this level is your weekly demand level that has just been constructed. So we're looking for this to hold. So that's bullish for Ethereum, right? And as you can see on the slow stochastic, we have regained past the 20. We were chopping around in the 20 and finally reclaimed above that. So I like to see that. And let's go to our trades here. So we have the trades. I have not sold anything as of yet. So we have the trades here for AERO. AERO is still chopping around in this area, this 50 cents mark here. So nothing too big. We did buy some AERO at about, say, 54 cents or so 2 weeks ago. And we are back below 50 cents right here. I'm okay with that as long as we don't trade lower, and as long as we don't trade lower than this demand / support level. I feel good. Either way, I will still buy more AERO, even if it trades down below here in the 10 and 12 cents range. But as of right now, we're not buying anything more. We're just sitting on our hands, sitting on our position. Let's go to C. C, we did buy C a couple weeks ago along with AERO at the around 12 cents mark. It has since came down to around 11 cents, but very similar to AERO, is still sitting on that weekly demand, weekly support level right here. Nothing to be too concerned about as of right now. Okay. Uniswap makes me a little bit more concerned than anything else. So we haven't bought Uniswap since November, and that was after this big jump here. And I said before when I did these videos in this week and this week that I wasn't going to buy this because that's one of my rules, is not to buy anything if the candle is not above your support point. And Uniswap never got above that support point here. So look what it did. Now it's slowly but surely declining, and it's declining past $5 now. I'm not going to take this demand level off as of yet because I would like to see this break down a little bit more for me to take this off. But if we start in the $4 range, then I will take this demand level off and then replace that with a supply level right here. Okay. Graft, not really doing anything with Graft if we're being honest right now. I still hold Graft, but I haven't bought anything as of yet. This is a long-term downtrend for Graft. And I would like to see price break out from this downtrend and then reclaim this 56, this 5 cents area for Graph. Until then, I'm not really interested in Graph, and I'm being perfectly honest. This is not developing a new demand level for me based on my rules, and so I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting and sitting on my hands with Graph. Near gives me a little bit of hope here. So here's my plan with Near. So Near, even though we had accumulation breakdown here back in December, and price started trading below the original accumulation that was right here, we did develop a new demand, weekly demand, and support area right here at around $1.50. And why is that? Again, my rules: you have a bearish candle followed by 1, 2, 3 bullish candles. This is a demand level, weekly demand level at 150, and that makes sense because 150 is a very psychological and round number. So that makes a lot of sense. I did draw my weekly demand zone here, and then you can see price for Near has then retested this area right now. So it's at $1.58 as of right now. If we see, I probably won't buy anything right now or this week for Near, because one of my rules again is to successfully close above this $1.50 mark here or support point, and it currently isn't. But next week, if it does close above this, I'll add to my Near position here near this level right here. Okay, and then let's look at our spot altcoin portfolio here. Our spot altcoin portfolio is, our 1 month is a negative 0.04%, 3 month is negative 17.69%, and then 6 month is a negative 25.25%. So not looking too good. However, crypto moves very fast. It is one of the most volatile assets there are. So as of right now, my biggest position is cash. So USDC right here, followed by Aerodrome, which is a year-to-date P&L negative 34.87%. Again, I haven't sold anything at all on these positions. This is all unrealized gains or lack thereof. Uniswap down negative 31.58%, Near down negative 42.66%, C down negative 46.84%, and then Graph, the worst one of them all, still holding that title, negative 59.79%. Again, I've been doing this for a while. These numbers are really nothing. This is like, these are rookie numbers right here. I've been in worse spots than this. So again, if this video was helpful for you, and hopefully this provides some more information for you for your crypto journey and your crypto trading, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you want to see as well next week, or maybe you want to cover something, or just let me know what you're trading in your crypto portfolio. But as always, guys, thank you for watching and happy trading.